17, 2000 and actually 16, I'm sorry. So anyways, I want to do the update in regards to the stolen check for $301,000 from Citibank, cashed out at Bank of America. And then the updates on that. And then also the failure of Officer Mr. Woods at Van Nuys, or actually Chairman Oaks Police Station, from arresting the suspect. All right, the suspect name who stole $35,000 is Avetis Barakhyan. I will find a way to document these things, as you cannot read it, but I will be able to do that later and fix it. So anyway, his name is Avetis Barakhyan. This information was given to me, and he's located in Chairman Oaks. Okay. When I called Mr. Woods, as per the information provided to me from Citibank, he did his job. He didn't have any problem actually locating the suspect. He wanted to arrest the suspect. I have documented email from him that he wanted to arrest the suspect. All of a sudden, Vivian Flores, who has not done anything, I thought she used to work in a different division, and she stopped him from arresting suspect as soon as she recognized my name. Now, she quickly recognized my name, but when I emailed her regarding the $301,000 check, she sent me an email on Wednesday, March 2nd, 2016, stating, "Oh, dear sir or ma'am, who are you? And how can I get a hold of you? You are giving me information and not telling me what case or cases could be involved. My information is Los Angeles Police Department, Valley Forgery Section." It doesn't say Chairman Oaks, you see. A Commercial Crimes Division, Vivian T. Flores. Her address is 6240 Silmar Avenue, 2nd floor, Van Nuys, California, 91401. And phone number 818-374-9616. Email address 25882@lapd@lacity.org. So it doesn't say anywhere that she's the police officer supervisor of also Chairman Oaks and Van Nuys. And also North Hollywood, where the $301,000 check was stolen, deposited at a North Hollywood branch. I don't even know what something that happened at North Hollywood branch is out of a sudden supervised by Vivian Flores. No, this is what happened. I received an email back. I called the FBI, reported to the FBI. They told me to speak to her supervisor the first time. I called the supervisor, I couldn't reach. He's trying basically to defend her actions. And then he says to me this. He says that basically, this is what Doyle says on March 9, 2016. This is what he says to me. "Ms. Visconti, I received your voicemail regarding your concerns. Gregory Doyle, badge number 30040. And this is what he says. Well, I'm going to read the statement. As Detective Flores explained, cases are handled in the order received. Unfortunately, this takes some time due to the sheer volume of cases coming through our office. Cases as they come in and then go into queue to be handled. Blah, 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 whatever. As our detectives complete their current cases, they are assigned new ones. This allows our detectives to concentrate their effort and provide the best possible service to each individual." Whatever. First of all, I'm going to reply to this statement. When $35,000 was stolen from my account, and I found out about it just recently on February 19, 2016, and because the address of the suspect is in Chairman Oaks, I Googled the phone number of Chairman Oaks, and I called, and I spoke to Mr. Woods, and Mr. Woods never told me once that what Detective Gregory Doyle just told me. He never said to me, "Oh, we have so many cases, unfortunately this takes some time. There are so many cases ahead of you." He didn't say any of that to me. He took all the information. He called my bank. He spoke to the fraud department. He emailed them. He emailed me. I have everything documented. He got all the information, my bank statements, the evidence that was provided from the bank of Barakhyan, who stole $35,000. He followed up with 3 emails telling me it looks like he's going to arrest the suspect, and that he was arranging with me as to when and if I would be available to assist in court so we can question the suspect in court. And I was discussing that with him. As he was signing the warrant from his supervisor, and that's what he told me, is I'm going to have my supervisor sign the warrant, and once we have him on custody, I'm going to let you know the days of court so you can coordinate. And I told him I can come there in summer. My son doesn't go to school. I can come there in the summer. Now, he did not say once to me during the process of 10 days of investigation, this police officer was working diligently on this case. Not once he told me that their police station has so many cases ahead of me, which Vivian Flores and this criminal like her, Gregory Doyle, covering up for her, just told me. All right, so that's the statement. I will continue. Mr. Woods, he contacts, I spoke to him, and then he tells me all of a sudden, I'm sorry, Miss Visconti, I just gave my supervisor to sign the warrant, and she recognized your name. This is the same woman who was telling me, who are you? I don't know who you are. I don't remember who you are from my email. And she didn't recognize who you are. She told me she didn't recognize who I was, which is not true, because she obviously knows the minute she was going to sign the warrant to arrest the suspect who stole money from my account, she immediately recognized me, and she told Mr. Woods, oh, Miss Visconti has another case. And please do not stop. She stopped him from arresting the suspect. She literally stopped Mr. Woods from arresting suspect. I've never seen. First of all, I did not know that Vivian Woods is also the supervisor of the police station in Sherman Oaks. So now it made sense to me. How could Avetis Barakhyan, who is in Sherman Oaks, know about my account, TD Bank, and steal $35,000? All the money I had in my account, he stole all of it. Even the bank gave me back my money, but how could he know about my bank account in New York? TD Bank doesn't exist in California. It doesn't exist. It only exists on the East Coast, which is New York area. So, and how could this suspect this time who stole money from my business, from my personal account, is under the same police station where Vivian is, who took the case of the $300,000 and bombarded me with lies that she didn't even hire an investigator on the case. So this is the background. Now let's go to the email of her crony, Gregory Doyle. Then he goes on and tells me, although you have suspicions about who the suspect in your case may be, those are not suspicions, those are hard evidence of who stole money from my personal account. So he's falsely misstating the facts, lying to my face, so he could write something and document that they're doing the job when they're not. Those are not suspicions, those are indisputable facts. The suspect's information is all in here. The proof that he stole forged my checks and his name are on the left side of the checks. The 4 additional payments to his credit card in Capital One for $22,000, and others are documented to be to him. But the suspect, he's so comfortable because he knows that Vivian Flores is not going to arrest him. And who is behind this entire pyramid is the criminal, corrupt John Visconti. He's bribing all these people to do these things. We know that. So somebody to know my account in New York, they must be following me. And the only person who follows me, snoops on me all my life is John Visconti. I don't know these people, I've never met them before, but they just work for him behind the radar. So now, we finished with the email. Now what happened is of course, I responded to his email, and I wrote, suspect located this time, but Vivian Flores stopped police officers, Mr. Woods, from arresting suspect last week when they have all the evidence from TD Bank. And I told Gregory Doley that absolutely on March 14th, that I absolutely disagree with him, that his statements are false. What they have is a hard evidence provided by the fraud department of the bank. The name of the suspect, the person who stole the money, is the same person who is Avetis Barakhyan, who has... Well, let me tell you about the background of Avetis Barakhyan. What my bank told me. This Avetis Barakhyan, who stole $35,000 recently from my account, all the funds I had in my account, he had the background of working at Bank of America and Wells Fargo. Bank of America, where the $301,000 was deposited. And they're sitting, today is the 17th, and they have not arrested him as of yet. Now, I will follow with what happened. I called the FBI this time, and I reported Vivian Flores as one of the suspects in this crime, who she's been covering up. She has all the evidence. She stopped the police officer, Mr. Woods, who was doing his job diligently from arresting the suspect. And the FBI this time took the notes. They took her name, they took the account numbers, and everything. Now, and besides that, I already have the information as to who stole the $301,000 that Vivian Flores is covering up for. And I already have the name of the person who stole, the suspect. His name is, he opened a similar name of Hedge Fund Inc. to cash the stolen check in Nevada. He could have done that by phone. And so his name is, he's the president, secretary, treasurer, director. His name is Karapet Torosyan. Karapet Torosyan. He opened, they knew I moved to Morocco. I was no longer in Los Angeles area. They all knew that. And then this person went, this criminal by this name went and opened, and of course there's supervision. We know who, the gang. And then he opened the Hedge Fund Inc. in Nevada on September 18th, 2014. Let me show you something. The check that was stolen, the back of the check, which I have a copy I got from the bank. Luckily, at least they gave me that. Anyways, the bank, the check that was stolen, the back of it that's stamped, it states it was cashed September 23rd, 2014. He opened the corporation. They opened it on the 18th of September. The check was deposited, negotiated. The account was opened at Bank of America. And whoever cashed out the check, the manager of North Hollywood, is also involved in this, because the check has a date, dated August 2014. There is no way that a company that check would have been written to a company that was dated and formed on September 18, 2014. So the branch manager should have known that, that's a stolen check, obviously, okay? How could, first of all, there's a federal law that when a bank, especially what's in your account, that when the funds come in for more than $10,000, the bank has to find out and call the other bank and know the purpose of those funds and as why they're coming into the bank. All right. So who is violating all these things is somebody who works with these gangsters, with these criminals. Okay. So now, because I called the FBI, they took notes. Somebody emailed me by the name of John Romero. John Romero. He emailed me March 16th, which is yesterday. He emailed me and saying, "My name is John Romero. I am the Commander Officer at Commercial Crimes Division. Please call me to discuss your cases at your earliest convenience." When he says your cases, means the $301,000 and the personal matter for $35,000. Now they're trying to mix them both when they already have a suspect. on the $35,000. Diana Haji Nazarian, she's the branch corrupt manager who was coached to commit this crime. So she's the manager of Citibank branch located at 10680 Pico Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, zip code 90064. She still works as of today at the same location, and the phone number of this branch is 424-543-9329. And her email is diana@hajinazarian@citi.com. The misconduct and abuse of our banking laws has been carefully documented. And these acts ensure that this Diana Haji Nazarian is directly involved in the disappearance of my stolen corporate check and in releasing the funds to someone she knew was not authorized and was a thief. She could have called the local police to arrest this criminal on the spot, as there is no way that he could have cashed out $301,000 without being noticed. Diana Haji Nazarian was told by my person at her branch that I was moving out of California. I went to her branch with a relative of mine and a witness on July 2014, and she knew that I moved out of California. She knew that the house where she mailed the check was sold, but she mailed it out. She mailed the stolen check when they knew I no longer resided in California at that time. Diana mailed out the check when she could have contacted me or could have kept my funds with Citibank until I could have requested them. But she didn't do that. She mailed the check without my consent or knowledge. She had all my contact information, and she did not contact me to let me know she was placing all my funds in a form of a check and mailing it at that time. So Diana Haji Nazarian mailed out the stolen check again without informing me when she had all my contact and email information. So what is very outrageous and obvious that she's involved in this massive theft is that she sent the $301,000 check issued by her branch under her supervision by UPS in a form of a package that was delivered and thrown by the gate of this home on August 18, 2014. When I contacted UPS and gave them the tracking number I was provided with from the bank, at least they have given me that, the UPS package, and anybody could call and verify that. I will have the tracking number on the site as well. They have informed me, the representative of UPS confirmed that the package was delivered, but it was delivered and thrown by the gate on the floor. I couldn't believe that because nobody throws a package that has $301,000 check inside. So I asked UPS why they did that, and they told me they did not know what was inside the package and that the branch did never request for me to sign it or anyone to sign it. What is amazing is that Diana and at her branch did not even place any requests for UPS in order for me to sign and present my photo ID and be verified before the package could be released. In that case, it would have been returned back to the branch, and it would have never been stolen, and we wouldn't and this entire mess would not have taken place. This woman has caused severe damage to me, to my private lenders, to me health-wise. She destroyed my business. They stole $300,000, and now they are stealing more money from the insurance policy of the bank that they are funneling through a disgraceful, corrupt attorney by the name of John Carter Armstrong. They have placed to represent Citibank in all matters. We don't know how much money they're funneling through him. They could have funneled another $300,000. The problem is nobody's monitoring these things. The authorities must monitor how much this attorney who is posing to represent the bank is receiving. He could have stolen by now over $500,000 in attorney's fees. He hasn't done anything. The litigation process hasn't even started. This attorney has been reported to the State Bar of Maryland and Washington, D.C. for his failure in reporting this crime and the evidence to DA's office as per the Code of Ethics requirements. So he has violated the Code of Ethics he has to abide by, and he has also interfered with the investigation. I have the case number I opened with the executive unit with Citibank. He has interfered and stopped an internal investigation, which is also against the Code of Ethics of the bank. So, that's that. The what I want to get to about Diana Hajji-Nazarian, about this criminal who has caused severe damages to all of us, she has issued the check under her supervision, and therefore there is no way that that check would have been cashed without her approving of the funds to be released to the party she made the check payable to. She made the check payable to me, and Hedge Fund Inc. is represented by me, a California corporation. She has to do 4 things before she releases the funds. She has to verify the back of the check, signature on the back of the check, has to be an authorized signer. It has to be my signature, which she has on file. She has to verify the tax ID of my corporation, and she has to also get a photo ID of the person who is cashing the check and verify my name. And also, she has to make sure to which account, whose account these funds are going to. There is no way she could have skipped all these things and released the funds. This criminal must have known these funds were released to Cara Petrosyan. She did not pick up the phone and call local police to have him arrested. Now, what is amazing is that to this date, we are March 17, 2016. They have evidence of who stole the check. We had to pay $10,000 in investigators' fees to determine and find out what has happened to our funds, because they kept us in the dark for all this time. I couldn't believe when I saw the report that actually the thief walked into this branch I mentioned earlier and met with Avetis Barakhyan, the branch manager of Bank of America, and opened the account, cashed the check, and nobody told this thief anything. And to this day, they all have violated the Code of Ethics to report the evidence to the DA's office or any government agency, which could result in having them face criminal proceedings against each one of them representing the bank or working for the bank as per the Citibank Code of Ethics. You can pull it out online, Citibank Code of Conduct and Citibank Code of Ethics. I will try to download them to the site later so you could see the violation of these criminals in not reporting the crime timely. They haven't even reported it at all to this date. Okay. This check was stolen. What they claim that it was delivered by UPS, and it was delivered on right here, 8/18/2014 at 10:46 a.m. Now, UPS package was delivered to a home that Diana Hajinazarian knew did not reside there anymore, and she knew that that home was sold. She knew that was no longer my place of residence as of May 2014, before the issuance of the check. And so what is interesting is that Diana Hajinazarian sent this UPS without requesting that I sign for it. I've never seen a bank employee sending money in a form of a official check, cashier's check, or money order without requesting that the receiver presents their ID or his or her ID before the UPS company or FedEx could release the package to them, because there's money inside the envelope. Now, what do I believe? What I believe is that this envelope here that was delivered and thrown by the gate, it did not have any check inside. There was no check inside. They knew I was out of California, no longer resided there. As of August, first week of August, I was already no longer in California. And so I think that two things must have happened. Diana Hajinazarian could have kept the check and sent an empty envelope by UPS to make it look like she had delivered the check. Or she could have told Karapet Torosian the time the check was going to be delivered by UPS, and he was waiting for it to be delivered to take and seal the package. Now, the bank they have cameras at the branch, which are backed up over 2 and 3 years. And then at this point, whoever is investigating, the authorities in this case, they will have to get the video evidence showing that anybody at that branch must have placed the check inside the envelope. So if we don't have that evidence, that will show that the check was never inside that envelope. Now recently on 2016, which is February 19th, I found out that $35,000 was stolen from my personal account at TD Bank. This is one of the electronic checks among the $35,000 that was stolen. And you can see here, it was provided by the fraud department. The name of the suspect is right here on the left, and his name is Avetis Barakhyan. His address is on Chairman Oaks. And again, my account, from my personal account number, is listed right here, which is right here, 430. It ends with 331 at the end. This time, the bank was very cooperative, and it quickly showed me who did it. And they gave me his information, which is this. This is Avetis Barakhyan, which is very similar name to Diana Hajinazarian. Now, Diana Hajinazarian lives in Chairman Oaks. And this guy here who stole $35,000 from my account recently, just 3 weeks ago, is also lives in Chairman Oaks and Van Nuys area. And guess what? The supervisor of the police station where he resides is the same police officer by the name of Vivian Flores, who's been covering up for Karapet Torosian, who stole the check for $301,000. What a coincidence. It cannot be a coincidence. This being orchestrated, this is a conspiracy between all these players to steal all my funds and destroy me and damage me financially and in every shape possible, in every way possible. Now, what the background of this guy here, Avetis Barakhyan, who was going to be arrested by Mr. Woods at the Van Nuys and Chairman Oaks police station, but was stopped by Vivian Flores. She literally stopped the police officer from arresting him, because if he's arrested, he's going to have to tell me and tell us in court, how did he know about my bank account, TD Bank account? TD Bank doesn't even exist in California. It only exists in the East Coast, in New York. So how could somebody from Chairman Oaks, from the same area where Vivian Flores is, know about my bank account in New York? Because it doesn't even exist in California. So she didn't want him to get arrested, because if he's arrested, he's going to tell us the main mastermind behind this. And the main is my ex-criminal husband, Bejan Manucci, John Visconti, hiring all these people to do these things. Right? We all know that. So if he's arrested, he's going to have to explain to us, how did he know about me? How did he know about my account number all the way in the East Coast, All of these things will have to be answered by Avetis Barakhyan, but Vivian Flores is bribed to not allow that to happen at this point. So the interesting thing, the background of Avetis Barakhyan is that he worked at Bank of America. Bank of America, he used to be, he's a banker. He used to be at Bank of America and has a lot of experience in banking. And the check that was stolen from me for $301,000 was cashed at Bank of America. See? So all of these things are not coincidence. This is the more we dig in, the more we find these criminals are related to each other. So that's it. Thank you.